Welcome in, everyone. My name is Ruth. Today we're going to be looking at the three heavens from a Christian and an esoteric spiritual point of view, different points of view coming in. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm also going to be pulling messages from your spirit guides today. Any messages of the light that want to come to us, we invite the presence of Christ to surround us and to connect with us. Let's get started. I have some fascinating pictures that I want to share with you. I also have this book, Adventures of the Soul by James Van Braun. And I have a quote from the ancient texts that talk about the three heavens. And I have some paintings and some images. And I also want to be able to see what the messages come in from the universe concerning the realms in which we live. It has been said that we live in multiple realms. Some say seven. We have 7 interdimensional layers of ourselves. Some people say 12 interdimensional realms. Some people even say worlds within worlds. What are these worlds, and what can we expect, at least to begin to explore the possibility of other realities? So thank you for joining me today. If you like these kind of topics, go ahead and subscribe. Check out my website below, violetflame.net, and let's get started. So here's the traditional view of the three heavens. Good afternoon, Richard. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good afternoon. I believe that's Calamity Jane. Your tags are different today, but that's okay. Yes, this is the traditional Christian point of view from Western Christianity of the last, 1,000 years or so. So this is not the esoteric view. I wanted just to do the traditional view that we are taught from the perspective of Bible school, Christianity, whether it's Protestant or even Catholic. This is what the Western world teaches if you go to the theological seminars. So the first heaven is considered our sky. The first heaven is considered what we actually see and can see with our visible eye, what we experience. It's the air and the atmosphere that surrounds the earth. The second heaven, is considered the celestial realm. Now, don't confuse that with the term I use later, but it is called the celestial realm in modern day Christianity. The celestial realm is considered the planets, and no, they do not consider life on these planets. They do not consider the sun as being a special being or embodying Christ's energy. They do not include that maybe the Venus realm or the Jupiter realm. They have any realms. They're just planets in the sky. And that's all. That's traditional Christianity, as I learned in Bible school and as I studied in other theological books. The third heaven is the most mystical realm that Christianity teaches, and they consider it the true concept of heaven, like a world where God lives. And in this world, they live, the angels live here, the saints live here. They all live in like this little world. They say there's a crystal sea, there are streets of gold. I'm trying to think. There's, some of it's New Jerusalem, but this is the actual heaven. And there's not much in the Bible about the actual heaven. There's so much more about New Jerusalem that's supposed to come down to earth at the end of the age, but not much about where heaven is, what happens there. In the Bible, there's actually a lot of discussion about negative and good beings being in heaven. For example, in the book of Job, the spirit beings come to God, and Satan comes before God in the book of Job, and they have a conversation together. So sometimes the word heaven is represented accurately in the Bible as a place where all spirit beings live. But what Christianity has formed is that this is the three heavens. They haven't quite identified where hell is. Some people believe it's, quote, in the middle of the earth or a low frequency. But right now, I'm just sharing with you the traditional heaven view. The Latter-day Saints believe in 3 realms: celestial, telestial, and terrestrial. That sounds very, very esoteric. Yes. But that could also go into this realm as well. The terrestrial being the first heaven, earth, telestial being the second heaven, and then celestial being the third heaven. All right, now this is how a more spiritual view popped up. And I think this is more of a blend between Christianity and spirituality. The first heaven is considered the natural atmosphere of earth. That's the Christian realm. The second heaven is considered the spiritual atmosphere of this world. And this second heaven would coincide with the esoteric world of the astral realm. It is the spiritual atmosphere of this world. So in this realm, and as you can see with the pictures in this photo or this illustration, some of it looks like there's war going on. There's like an angel. Actually, it's the image of Archangel Michael. If you can see his sword and a demon at his feet. Let me pull up here. That's the image in the back of this photo. Okay, it's a very popular image. This statue. Thank you to those of you who bought me so many things for my birthday. This is a birthday gift for my Amazon wish list. This is a very popular statue from the Middle Ages. This is a statue that represented Archangel Michael taking over the earth bit by bit from Lucifer. Esotericism teaches that Lucifer actually had a 3,000-year rule over the earth, and then it was transferred to the Christ energy with the overseer of Archangel Michael through war in heaven. And it came in with Jesus embodying the Christ energy, and that's when the actual rule of Archangel Michael began, and it's going to continue for a little bit more. He's going to ascend above an archangel status and become an archai, and the next archangel rule is going to be, I'm not sure who it's going to be, but in esoteric history, they teach that there's going to be another archangel that's going to help rule the earth plane. But right now, we still have about 500 years more of Archangel Michael still helping us put down any negative forces. That's esoteric history. So let's go back to the photo. That's the photo in the background. It represents the battle. You can see the wings and the sword and then the Lucifer at the bottom. It represents the spiritual war in heaven, and it represents the spiritual atmosphere that surrounds this world. Now, I do not believe, and esotericism does not teach, that it's beyond, that spiritual realm is beyond the stars. No, it actually happens the spiritual world is within the stars. So you kind of take that second circle and just put it and layer it onto earth so that it touches earth. And we can actually sometimes feel the fight. We can sometimes feel the battle, and we call it spiritual warfare. But it's actually layered on top of the planets and the stars. It's actually within that. So it's like a secondary vibrational field that we cannot see with our naked eye, but exists around us at all times. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So this is a more traditional but also esoteric view where the second heaven is war in heaven, or different kinds of realities that exist closer to our earth plane. And then it is taught by most Christians, esoteric people, mystics, psychics, that there is a realm where evil cannot exist, where there is no duality. It is pure light. It is pure love. Christianity calls it the throne room of God. Esotericism calls it the throne of God, calls it the realm of Sophia and Christ energy, masculine, feminine energy, and it is just a beautiful realm of light. And if you can see, there's actually like different kinds of beings and realities. There is if you look at the right of this picture, top right, you can see like eyes, and that sometimes represents seraphim. You can look down at the bottom, and that has the cherubim, which are represented as the baby angels, but the cherubim are not baby angels, but that is how the Middle Ages portray the cherubim, very innocent, very pure. And on the other side, I believe there's even, I think it's like birds and faces and people. So it represents different civilizations and realities that are of the light. So I wanted to share that because I do love that picture here. It represents civilizations on different vibrational frequencies. Now I wanted to show, I also loved this picture here. It represents like a world within worlds within worlds. I kind of find this accurate. You can actually go to different worlds through portals, through your energy. You can attract to yourself angels. You could attract to yourself beings from other worlds. You could attract different kind of extraterrestrial beings. I just like this because it kind of encompasses that within our world, we can have access to many different realities. And this is another photo I picked. It's beautiful. Just it represents the different levels of light. And on one side, to the right of this picture, you can kind of see a separate civilization attached to Earth through a frequency of light. That's on the, well, yeah, to you would be the right. Yes, the right. And it just represents the different layers of light and frequency that might exist around the world. Of course, these are all generated images, right? I love this photo here. It represents the portal of us getting ready to incarnate into Earth, where we choose to come back and experience different realities. All right. Now I want to bring back my favorite picture here for a moment, and let me go do this. All right. So this is Adventures of the Soul, and this is a more mystical, spiritual view that is probably a blend between esotericism and New Age theology or theosophy. Okay, he is a medium. He actually spent many years connecting to ancestors of the world of people. So he says the spirit world is a place of divine order. There are souls going out and souls coming in all the time. Let me pull up my portal picture. Most souls are ill-equipped to enter the spiritual dimensions, thinking instead that they are in some kind of dream. So as they cross over into their natural home, these new souls are escorted by energy that they recognize as their earthly loved ones. So he's talking about being escorted between worlds or realities. He says many people, they get into a dream and they need to be escorted to other realities. One of the first realizations on the part of a soul is the fact that it is itself a multidimensional being of energy. Some energy may vibrate very fast and some very slow. The love energy of each particular soul as it leaves the body vibrates at different rates. So each soul will vibrate at a different rate. The energy you happen to be vibrating at when the silver cord is broken will determine your place in the dimension of spirit. The levels aren't deemed good or bad. That's not a concept in spirit, good or bad. It's just different. Some humans who made a conscious effort to use their free will to raise the energy of love on earth will gravitate to the corresponding level in spirit. And those who lowered the energy will gravitate to a different level. So let me pull up this picture again. Which level we radiate at on earth through our free will is going to determine where we're escorted to. Just as Earth is composed of many countries, the spirit world is composed of many levels. Quote, worlds within worlds are energetic levels and not in a specific location. And I did notice that when I was looking at pictures online, trying to find esoteric pictures of the three heavens, I realized there is no two-dimensional, which this photo is two-dimensional, there is no two-dimensional description of a multi-dimensional world. I mean, we could do the realities, but even then we have to layer it in a two-dimensional way, right? But to go three-dimensional means height, width, and depth, which we can sometimes have 3D, like this stone is height, width, and depth, right? But then when you go fifth, there is no concept in this world as a fifth or sixth dimensional. There is no way to describe 5 dimensions in a 3-dimensional world. Or at least we haven't discovered it yet. All right, let's go back. So that's an overview of the world. The spirit world or heaven is not technically up. We've only described up because that is how we've been able to imagine it with a 2-dimensional visualization or a 3-dimensional blueprint. It's interdimensional. Everything occupies the same space, but the energy vibrates at different rates, and each level is a solid, real world to those beings in it. Wow. Every world, every dimension is a real, solid world. So let's get into the first realm that he calls the astral world, and this blew my mind. The first location a soul enters upon returning to the spirit world is referred to as the astral plane. I refer to this level as a receiving station, he says, where the soul is met by family and friends from the past and who have been involved with the soul's progression. So basically, your guides. Whenever I go, and it could be ancestors as well. And then it says, when the soul arrives, it is amazed by how similar the astral world is to Earth. So he did mediumship where he connected the souls who actually went to the astral realm. It's much like a physical world. So making the transition is not so shocking. There are homes, stately buildings, incredible gardens, lakes, cities, pets, and all sorts of sports and games. This world duplicates in many ways our earthly existence, and what we perceive from our earthly existence only finer. While the earth is a physical world, the astral is more of a mental world created by thought. And it said everything that appears solid and real. Everything there appears solid and real. So I'm thinking that this is the fourth dimension, y'all. I'm thinking this is the fourth dimension that can hold what we create, and then we go there and it's created for us. Many have described having beautiful houses here surrounded by gardens made in perfect proportion to the house. The landscaping, the homes, he just goes in, it's beautiful, light, and natural. It seems like a place where all your desires are satisfied. Then he says, like attracts like. So the beliefs you held on earth about the hereafter are mimicked in the astral world for the sake of a smoother transition. For instance, if you have a very strong belief system as a born-again Christian, you will gravitate to an astral level that is the home of others of your belief system. Wow. The same could be said for non-believers or skeptics of life after death. They will, of course, live on, but they will be at a level in the astral world made up of other non-believers who may not, at first, accept life past the physical world. So you could even enter a reality where, no, this isn't real. And they actually deny the existence of where they are. That blew my mind. That really, really, really blew my mind. So if you are going to be passing away and you are a very evil person, you're going to enter a realm of a lot of other evil people. And I do believe, from my own perspective in studying esotericism, that some of the higher level beings can separate certain energetic frequencies, which is why we say there's multiple civilizations in the astral realm, right? So let's say the angel said, okay, all the people people who did negative things, who did genocide and mass murders and rapes and things like that, they gravitate and they don't want to continue growing, then it's almost like they're sealed. And then you have other people that gravitate toward other realities. But this is just the transition ground. This is just the receiving station. All right. Okay, he has several stories here. It says, you create your own existence in the astral world with what you created in your heart during your soul's sojourney in the earthly world. If you lived a life of closed-mindedness, intolerance, hate, and judgment, then what you'll have to face in yourself when you pass into the world, then that's what you will have to face in yourself when you pass into the world of spirit. Some people call it hell, but it's said in the Bible, whatsoever a man sows, that shall he also reap. So your thoughts and your words and deeds have consequences. All right. So that's the astral world that I believe has different planes of existence within it. Is it possible that there are beings in the astral realm that possibly even try to come back to Earth to escape the quote-unquote hell that they incarnated in? Yes, I do believe so. There might even be, I've been watching Kindred Spirits. It's a documentary on some people who go to, quote, haunted houses, and they help people that are trapped in the house or trapped. Some souls don't want to move on. They want to stay right there, and they live in that mental mindscape of the house. And if they like what's going on in the house, they will be peaceful. And if they don't like the renovations, they'll pinch, they'll shove, they'll poke, they'll do things that they don't like. And they're living in the astral realm of the mental plane, and they have not moved on to the other existence. So it's very fascinating to see this reality come to life in the ghost hunters and in the realities of that realm right after. So it says here that these are where we as spiritual beings have wait, that's not right. So this is where we actually kind of exist when we're still trying to figure out what frequency and vibration we want to be a part of. And it can be many different kinds of people and many different human experiences that continue to live on. This is what I want to share with you. I literally watched a video of someone in their house, and their grandfather had passed away, and their grandmother, and their grandfather had always disapproved of her getting married to this man, but he passes away. And this grandpa still lived in that house and would disapprove of her boyfriend or her husband, whatever it was, and continually poked at him, hated him, and did not like him. And so the woman actually had to turn around and be like, Grandpa, stop. And some of the messages that came in from the paranormal investigators actually said that he was quoting Bible verses, or he was disapproving of certain relationships. And I went, oh my goodness, this man isn't in heaven. He was a Christian preacher, a Baptist. No, he was a Baptist deacon. He was a deacon. And I was like, why is this man not in heaven? But he was a very judgmental man, a very critical Christian churchgoer that ended up staying in the house and still watching over his daughter and poking at the boyfriend. And I went, oh, he's not in heaven. Wow. He's not in the celestial realms, the streets of gold. He's literally right here still watching over his daughter. I just had to have a good laugh about that, because it blew everything we're taught about Christianity. And when you die, you're gone. When you die, you're gone. You're in heaven. You're either in heaven or you're in hell. And I said, what? Not even the Baptist deacon went to heaven. But technically he is in heaven. He's in the spiritual world. He's in the second heaven, the spiritual atmosphere of this world. All right, let's go ahead now and go to this photo. I want to talk about the etheric world. The etheric world. Souls in the astral world may reincarnate directly from there. So we're talking astral, the first heaven. They may move either to the subtler dimensions, up, or into another realm called the ethereal world. I call it the etheric world, but some people call it the ethereal world. In the astral levels, the first one, they're free to express themselves fully and are perfectly content to experience this vast and eclectic world and what it has to offer. The physical ties to the physical world are much stronger in this lower astral world. It brings much comfort. So that means, let me go ahead and pull up this picture. That means that they're comfortable there. In that astral realm, the Baptist deacon actually stayed comfortable living in his daughter's house, poking at her boyfriend that he didn't approve of. He was comfortable there. He had chose to stay there, and it was a lot more familiar because it was tied to the physical world. But there are properties of the ethereal world that will be felt on the astral world, and then on the materialized in different ways on the physical world. Some of these ethereal world aspects are inspiration, thoughts, great works of creativity, the painters, the prophets, the inspired people of old. Those who get inspiration comes from the etheric world. It's known as the thought plane, and it vibrates at a higher rate than the astral world. And it seems to be made up of soul beings who have reached a point of purity of mind and thought and really are connected to us through what is known as inspiration. So these are your more elevated ancestors and guides who know how to operate in these realms. They come and they give you guidance, they give you direction, they put thoughts, creativity in your mind, they give you support. You can call on them when you need help, but it is the plane of the ancestors and the plane of higher thought, higher inspiration. It keeps getting better though. It is a formless realm that is made of pure consciousness. Thought and energy move about faster here than data from any supercomputer. Within this ethereal world, the slow vibrating part of our individual selves meets the faster vibrating part of our higher selves. This is the place where the higher self resides. This plane is filled with light, love, and truth. It interacts with our mental plane and helps us create abstract thoughts and acts as a doorway for higher levels of wisdom. So when we say, I just got a download, that's what this is. It's coming from our higher self, and the higher self exists right outside of the it exists right outside of the astral plane. And so the etheric thoughts, vibrations, and ancestors come through the astral and to actually connect to us physically. And it can come through our human portals, or they can come through portals of the earth as well. I would love to have a copy of that photo. Which one? Is it this one on the screen right now? The one with this 3 worlds? Or is it the other one? So let's say this is scene 2. I also have, I can email it to you, scene 5, scene 6, and scene 4. So go ahead and email me. Let me take but this is the scene 2 right now. Okay, let me take a screenshot just in case. Feel free to email me, and I can definitely send you these. These are very, very beautiful. So the ethereal world cannot be. Okay, he says, as a medium, I do not have contact with entities of the ethereal world. Ties to the personalities we were on Earth, the physical ones we remember, are tenuous here. As a general rule, the longer a soul has disincarnated, the more difficult it is for me to make a connection. So he normally connects as a medium with people in the astral realm, that first realm where like our ancestors go if they still want to stay connected to us. They have lives and everything like that. Okay. People often ask me upon death if they can be greeted by their loved ones who are no longer in the astral realm, but have either incarnated back to the physical or moved on to the ethereal world. The answer is yes. Putting a limitation on what a soul can do, where it can manifest, or how it can divide its consciousness is just us humans looking at things from our 3-dimensional mindset. A soul is not controlled by our perception of time or space. So the possibilities are endless of where your soul can go. Scene 2. Okay, I'll give you this one. Perfect. So the third heaven, is called the celestial plane. It's referred to as the angelic realm. That's the most popular because we live in the Western world with the Western Christianity still heavily in our mindset. But it could also be the realm of the gods and goddesses in more esoteric history, and the gods and the spiritual beings of the Hindus and the other religions as well. But it's the souls who dwell on this level, the celestial level, have achieved a particular degree of spiritual evolution and would be considered elevated beings. It is where angels and archangels, mystics and masters, and prophets whom we know as Jesus, Muhammad, and Buddha reside. The souls who exist here are involved in bringing the pure stream of exalted aspects of God's love down to the lower spheres. So many of the souls here, he's saying, or the beings here, have dedicated themselves to us on earth. Many who reside here may never have been on the earth plane and may indeed be celestial or extraterrestrial in makeup. But the energy of life is a more light, energetic form. The auras of these beings are soulful and bright. Get this. The auras, so that part that like is like the uh the the toroidal field of a human or a being that goes like this. It's so bright that it often looks to us as wings and halo. The description of this sphere is one of unobstructed life. There is no heaviness, no judgment. The elements are foreign to this way. Those elements are foreign to this way of being. The entities on this level have no humanoid characteristics and are connected to all life. They're able to bring the best attributes of higher conditions to those of us on earth. It's like divine joy, divine love, and they oftentimes are not looking human, they're just looking etheric. The closest analogy I could share would be the feeling of two people when they experience that they're in love. Two people in love seem to merge into one being. They feel united and become one entity. There is no separation between them. On this celestial level, the souls will experience the sense of oneness. There is no feeling of duality of light or dark. It is all one element, one consciousness. To attain this level is to cultivate a pure, unselfish, all embracing, and beneficial love. This is a love that is impartial and seeks nothing. It exists for the sake of love alone. The spontaneous outpouring of love that gives and asks for nothing back is the most marked attribute of beings in the celestial realm. And he just goes on to say, the energy of love is what the universe is made of. As we are enveloped in this natural rhythm, we are drawn toward perfection and transcendence. The beings on the celestial realm realize on some level that they are one with spirit, and although they have reached the path to love, they are still evolving and always willing to help, to give help to those who ask. I just thought that was a beautiful, beautiful way. So our world is considered having three heavens, but I would like to say it's three dimensions. There's three different kinds of realities, and you can tap into them. And we are starting to be able to see and to feel and to experience some of these realms on Earth. Let me see some of your comments here. Renegade Rower says, I saw my father connect with someone on the other side before he died. Wow. Wow. Some are saying the in-between lives soul catcher machine or implant station has been taken out. But if that was reading your thoughts and giving you what you think of death, but yeah, that's what its goal was. Yes, I could definitely share some stories that I have done in my research about possible ways that when people would go to the astral realm, they would see a light. They would say, oh, I want to go to the light. But the light was their mirror. Okay. It was just a mirror reflecting light. And so they saw themselves, they saw like their true self, and it would reflect them back into the astral realm. And so it was more like an implant station where they could not keep going to the etheric and they could not keep going to the celestial. So I have heard that in my research, in the esoteric research. To something like recycle your soul, so it reads your pictures, a grandparent or a pet to trick you, but it's still a trap. Glad it's gone. Yes, I have heard that it's gone as well. It was like a reflection of you. It made you think of something, but it was an astral world creation, possibly by a negative civilization living up there, where they would try to keep people off the earth plane that were coming from, or that would, so that you couldn't go up higher and then reincarnate. You couldn't go up higher and reincarnate. You kind of hit the astral plane and then reincarnated. So you never fully brought down your higher self in the etheric or your multidimensional self in the celestial, or the beings and the guides of the celestial. You always just bounced off the astral plane. Okay. All right. So send Jane. I believe that's Jane that wanted that. If you don't get it after this, go ahead and send me a message. Okay. I will send that to you, the photo. All right. Let's go ahead and see what our spirit guides want to say. I want to just pull some random messages from spirit. Some of these messages will resonate with you. If they don't, feel free to leave them behind. But what I'm doing here is I'm giving your spirit guides a chance to talk to you. And I got some feedback from somebody who loves to hear messages for yourself and who wants to hear more from your spirit guides, the angels of light. So let's tap into the energy of the etheric realm, the higher wisdom, higher self realm, and the spirit guide realm, as well as the realm of the celestial realm. And just ask, are there any messages that want to come through these two higher levels of heaven for anyone here on this live, and this does include for you on the replay as well. Please like this, subscribe if you are enjoying this content. I do have an Amazon wish list if you wish to support me. Every little bit helps, especially as we get to the end of the month. I am changing jobs, and so if you do want to support me, I do have some Cashapp, Venmo, and PayPal options if you wish. Spirit, what messages do you have? And I want to see if there's any messages coming in for the people here, the people of light. Any spirit guides, ancestors of light that are for our best and highest good. Who wants to speak first? Thank you. Okay, someone is coming in as a powerful manifester. You ask the universe for something and it is happening, or you are actually co-creating this with the universe. Powerful manifester. You wanted to leave behind. You could be a woman, but it doesn't mean necessarily. But there is a Queen of Swords energy here of someone who had to make a difficult decision and leave something or someone behind. This could be a mentor, a church, a religion. Someone of you left behind religion and your spirit guides are talking. This is an establishment, something also that you might have begun following and then you're like, that doesn't resonate with me. And you might have lost some people. So let's see here. Okay. You went a lot more esoteric and a lot more spiritual. Okay. And this puts you into a very difficult position. And I don't think a lot of people approved of everything that you did. So if this is you, your guides and your angels have a message. And this could be for multiple of you. What message is it for those who have dared to leave behind a traditional structure? This could be a traditional religious person or a traditional religious structure. Give us guidance. Thank you. All right. You have been working hard and your home is feeling the change of your energy. Okay. Your home, your life, your family is feeling the change. You might be working from home more, staying at home more, and Spirit is saying your work has not gone unnoticed. It looks like you might have a feminine energy. You might be a mother, or you might have a mother watching over you, an ancestor, a grandmother, someone from the astral realm or the etheric realm that's a little bit more connected to the earth plane. This is somebody who worked. They might have knitted, they might have sewed clothes. They're giving you inspiration from the etheric plane, okay? Soul tribe energy, messages, information. They are giving you communication, ideas of how to live your life, how to work with your home. If you do work from home, it is messages coming in for you and it's inspiration. This is definitely a soul tribe connection from the etheric realm. I do believe that this is a feminine energy, an ancestor who is supporting you there. If you feel that there is a feminine energy there, it most likely is. Hello, Shauna. OMG, that's your mother. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is definitely a feminine energy that's bringing energy from the higher realm and is deeply supporting you, especially when you're home. It's living with you in your home. Oh my goodness. And it is, I have 2 confirmations that it is soul family, soul tribe. Yes, there is a mother energy there. Okay, any other messages? We're just pulling on messages from our guides that are from the ancestral realm of the astral or etheric plane, or any other guides from the higher realms. Who else wants to bring in a message? Okay, something happening at night. This might be not getting enough sleep. You're going through a tremendous transition. The universe, you feel the universal shifts of the world. You feel maybe the solar flashes, the Schumann resonance, but you also feel the change of the stars. You're going through a tremendous death and rebirth, and it's affecting you at night where you might not be able to sleep like you need to sleep. Okay, it's like slow. And it's because you're going through a tremendous transition. Oh, wow. Okay. You're definitely connecting to feminine spirit energy and possibly a mother energy. So I want to see, this is more of a goddess energy. Okay. This is more of a divine feminine archetypal energy. Yes, I can pull a message for you. Oh, tears running down your face. That is beautiful. So if this is for you, if you've been having trouble to sleep, if you've been feeling like you're going through a death and rebirth, a tremendous change, or if you feel connected to some sort of divine feminine energy, another key, if this message is for you or one of you here, it says that you might have left a soul family behind or a family situation behind. So this message is for you. What I'm really getting, like Mother Mary energy, feminine archetypes. Okay, family and children are coming up. I feel like some of these feminine archetypes are telling you we are your family and you are our daughter or our son. This is the lovers, the father and the mother, and then the child. So this is a beautiful transition of coming in from your guides to say you might have left some people in your family behind, but we are now your family. We've got you. You are like a son and a daughter to us, and we are supporting you in everything that you desire and require. If you've left family behind, your spirit guides are taking up the slack, especially a divine feminine Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene. I'm getting Mother Mary a lot, Mary Magdalene. I'm getting a little bit of the goddess energies as well, a feminine moon goddess, maybe a definitely like this really beautiful energy, almost like this purpley energy from the moon, like a realm like this color from the moon, and it's a little bit of blues, purples, and a very metallic looking being. So there's definitely several spirit guides reaching out to you that are divine feminine in nature. All right, you can connect to them through meditation, and you can connect to them through your sight, through your inner sight. If you feel like there's a divine feminine being that you see or feel in meditation or just in quietness, that's when it comes to you. It comes to you when you're quiet, and you can connect with this energy when you're quiet. It's also helping you clear out negative beliefs, limiting beliefs about who you really are as a person. Yes, it is now your family. It now considers you part of your family. It is hard for you to leave one soul family behind or one type of family, incarnated family behind without being received with open arms from your spirit guides. They will do that. So they won't just, so what I'm saying is there, in case I didn't make it clear, when you leave earthly relationships, it creates space for more spiritual relationships to come in, which is what this feminine goddess is doing. Can you give me a message for Shauna from her spirit guides? Can you give me a message for Shauna from her spirit guides? Thank you, thank you, thank you. A new opportunity? Are you planning a new business, a new opportunity? Are you thinking about moving slower to another investment, another opportunity of some sort? There's something about making plans and considering, but there's a little bit of stress around it, making plans. This could even be with family members. So it might not be related to business as much as related to a new location or working with your family in some way. You've had a little bit of stress about it, but there's like this major change coming to your life. So what do your spirit guides want to say? You're considering a change, or there's a change coming. Definitely some sort of change. It is definitely related to family, population, city, something of that nature. You might be moving into or leaving possibly a mother or the matriarchal side of your family. Something about heavy energy, something about something's not working for you. So if there is anything in your life, Shauna, where you're like, I'm feeling a little bit of worry about doing this, but I can feel a change happening. It's almost like your spirit guides are saying you are accurate in your intuition. Make the move or make that little change. Jump on that opportunity. Whatever you feel is in front of you and you're like, wait a minute. Do I really do this? Your spirit guides are supporting you. So I definitely feel a lot more complicated message coming in for you that I don't want to go into here. But yeah, you definitely have the attention of your guides where they're like, there's some sort of new opportunity or something you're thinking and planning about doing. And your spirit guides are saying, yes, we see you're stressed, you're nervous about it, but there is something beautiful. It will shift your life for the better. So I hope that brings a little bit of clarity for you. And if there's anything in there that someone feels is for them, go ahead and take it for them as well. There's something about either moving in with your mother or moving away or a mother-in-law, something about possibly connecting more to a feminine energy. Yeah, but I am getting possibly doing something with a little bit of more, just a change in your life that's might create a little bit of separation, but your spirit guides are definitely there and confirming what you feel in here. If you have the complexity, bring it on. I'll do one more card pull. Can you clarify anything here for Shauna that she needs to know? Okay, definitely following your intuition is coming up, but then there's also a situation where, yeah, it might be a little bit someone is trying to pressure you to do something that you're not comfortable with, or you're feeling pressured, you're feeling just restricted, and you really are being guided to follow your intuition and step out into something big and something major, to let go of needing to be in control and just dare to follow that beautiful intuition that is your spirit guides guiding you forward. Something about an opportunity, something about possibly something, and I know you are big in investments and stuff, so it could represent an investment, a move, a change, or an opportunity, a job, an aspect of your work that you're thinking about adding in. It's going to take a lot of surrender, but it's going to also take a lot of mindful control, mindful working things out, but you're definitely supported in this venture that you're considering on doing. All right. Spirit, any other messages for other people here? Any other guides, spirit guides, ancestors wanting to bring a message to this live stream or on the replay? Thank you. Okay, this is for somebody who is trying to manifest some independence, some financial independence. You might have come in contact with some money. You might have been actually had some funds that you don't know what to do with exactly. You might be trying to access a level of financial independence. We have you manifesting some healing coming in and creating a doorway for other things to come in, setting plans, doorways, helping you to navigate a specific type of desire that you have. So this is somebody here where the universe is saying everything you need is within you. You might have some resources that you don't know what to do with. You might have some plans that you're considering, but they're really far in the background. It's almost like your higher self gave you plans from a long time ago and you forgot about them. And Spirit is saying, don't forget to go back to some of those dreams, that inner wisdom and that inner guidance. Find solitude, find quietness. The light to your path will be in your solitude, your peace, and your quiet. Your higher self is trying to come in, and your higher self is actually bringing you a brand new way of being and way of living. There's healing coming to you, and you are manifesting a new world for yourself, a new life. Okay, so don't give up on your plans and dreams. Somebody in this reading gave up on their plans and their dreams that they got, and it was a massive level of inspiration for them. It is from your higher self. Okay, some plan, some dream, some idea that you tucked away in the back. Maybe you thought it would bring you money. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you invested some money in it and then gave up on it. For somebody out there, those dreams that you have, they're getting ready to come. So explore them again. Any other messages here for any people watching the live or the replay? Spirit guides of the light. Okay, we have the star card that flipped out. Some of you connecting to higher beings. Okay, this is a betrayal that you have recently left behind. Someone left behind a heartbreak, a hurt, a betrayal. You might be feeling betrayed because of something that you did in the past or something that happened in the past. Seeds that you planted that didn't occur and you feel betrayed. This is coming in from higher beings of light, higher beings of maybe some of you are upset that your spirit guides are not talking to you. It feels like they neglected you. It feels like God is not listening because of things that happened in the past. This could also be a work situation where you just feel like you aren't getting what you invested in or what you put in. So it's a broken heart, and your guides are saying it's time to leave it behind because the options that are in front of you are so beautiful and so big. You will have your pick. You will be able to choose multiple different ways that you want to form your life. And so there's a message coming in high from your higher self and your spirit guides saying, leave the heartache behind, leave the betrayal behind. It's behind you. Timelines have shifted. Who you are has changed. You have embraced your higher self and your spirit guides. So start your work again with a new, fresh vision because anything is possible right now. Anything is possible right now. Anything is possible right now. So start again. Leave behind the broken heart. Imagine yourself shutting a door and being like, that's behind me. I have a brand new life. Choose to take the opportunities that are ahead of you and leave the past behind. Okay, I hope that is there for somebody. Shana says spirit, silver, gold, or XRP. I will do the silver, the gold, the XRP, and then we will end it there. Sounds good. If you enjoy some of these more personalized message and you're watching either here or on the replay, feel free to put a comment in. If you wish to support me, you can find the details in the description box below. I have an Amazon Christmas wish list, December wish list. I have to put candles on there because I've run out of candles, so I'm going to put candles on there as well. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. The biggest support that you can give me is a thumbs up and a comment. I appreciate it so much. All right, silver. Spirit, what can you tell us about silver? Silver, we got the King of Pentacles and the card of energy rising. So silver is about to rise. Currently, it's been put into a strategic mold. It's going to be the people's currency. We got people, community, families here. And then something being left behind. So silver. Spirit, what are you going to, moving on, searching for something better, arise. King of Wands, powerful Ace of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. Yeah, silver is getting ready to rise. Which is so interesting because it did rise and then it fell. And again, when I pulled cards on it 2 weeks ago, I was like, yep, it's coming. And I'm like, where is it? But the cards still say that a massive rise is coming. 7 here, so it could go up to $70 an ounce, at least in the next few months or so. Gold, you're welcome, Shauna. No problem. I love it anyway. Gold, what can you tell us about gold? Justice, the Justice card came up. The Justice, the Emperor, the Healer is coming in. The Tower card. Okay, the Block card, it's being held back. Gold right now is being held back. There's also something coming that we don't see coming. And I'm hearing the word merge. There's a merge. There's a new beginning or a merge of some sort. I believe justice is going to come to gold. I believe that there's some legal action being taken with gold right now. There's going to be some sort of balancing coming to gold. This could be, considering it, I got the moon card, so that represents silver. So there could be like this, and justice is balance again. And temperance is balance. And I got silver and the moon, got 2 moons here. I've got feminine energy, which would be silver as well. So we've got masculine and feminine energy right here. Gold is masculine and the Empress is silver, feminine. And so I'm getting here the prediction that silver and gold is going to start balancing out in its ratio. It's going to become more balanced. I am not getting that it's going to fall. It's just going to kind of be rebalanced, if that helps. December 11 rise. That makes sense here because here it's saying if gold and silver is balanced, silver would need to rise. XRP, Spirit, what can you tell us about XRP? The digital market, the cryptocurrency went through a massive shift in September and October. I still feel like everything's on hold. I feel like, oh yeah, the timeline here, timeline card. The timelines went wonky is what I'm getting from Spirit. So the timeline of the last 2 months, 3 months has just been really wonky. What can you tell us about XRP, Spirit? What's coming? A desire. So there is a plan concerning XRP, but it's not being told. They're currently renegotiating, but we are getting a positive sun card. So it's going to possibly connect with the energy of gold and the Ace of Cups. A positive energy and a rise, a new beginning for XRP. So there's some negotiating balance. It's going to be more balanced. it's going to be victorious, and it's going to expand. So what's happening right now with XRP, according to the cards, is it's kind of like in a negotiation mode, and nobody really knows what's happening. It's kind of silent. It's kind of like under the radar. Plans are being made, and we're not really being told or shown what's really happening behind the scenes. But the plan is to make it very profitable and give it a new beginning, to cause it to rise, expand, and become a viable, I'm not getting so much a currency, but a viable, because I don't see currency in the card. What I'm seeing is like a rise in its power. So whatever that means. Definitely it will be currency, right? I think. But it's a rise in power, and it's definitely going to be used internationally, on the international scale. I think it's going to have an international recognition where it will be used internationally between nations. And it's going to be connected somehow to gold and be given a brand new operational power, moving power, some sort of energy worldwide. All right. Yay! I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Again, I love it when you put comments in the chat. If there's anything else you want to see, next Sunday, I think we are doing our Kingdom Shift update, where we're going to be talking about the nations. We're going to do a card pull on the nations next Sunday, a little bit of gold and silver and crypto, and the financial systems of the world. So save a spot, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time next Sunday for a more complicated reading in world events. And on Wednesday, we are doing the global shift forecast. So that will be a little bit more of the ascension shifting on Wednesdays. For international settlements, so true. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Much love. I appreciate you all. Have a good one.